For the United States Coast Guard Training Station, Manhattan Beach, New York, Bristol Myers, makers of Salipatica for the smile of health, and Truchet, the beforehand lotion, presents the Eddie Cantor Show.
When you're down and out, lift up your head and shout, there's gonna be a great day. Angels in the sky promise that by and by there's gonna be a great day. Gabriel will warn you some early morn, you will hear his horn, Rudy tootin', it's not far away. Hold up your hands and say, there's gonna be a great day. And it suits the young man with the horn. Gabriel will warn you the very morn. You will hear his horn, Rudy tootin'. It's not far away. Hold up your hands and say, there's gonna be a great day. Coming, there's gonna be a great day. Thank you, men and women. Oh, gosh. Don, I can't help it, but I caught cold at the ball game General Eisenhower attended yesterday at the Polo Grounds, you know.
Yeah, Eddie, I understand it rained quite a bit.
I'll say it rained. In the third inning, Mel Ott had to take a general out of the box and put in an admiral. Don, but what a man General Eisenhower is. In Paris, de Gaulle pinned the medal on his chest. In London, General Montgomery pinned the medal on his chest. And yesterday at City Hall...
Yes?
LaGuardia rose to his full height and pinned the medal on his knee. You know something, though?
Yeah?
I think it was silly for LaGuardia to give Eisenhower the key to the city.
Well, now, Eddie, what do you mean, silly?
Eisenhower never needed a key to get into a city. But what a celebration it was. When Eisenhower went down Fifth Avenue, Jack Benny threw some confetti. And is he cheap? Is he cheap?
Cheap?
Jack is the only man I know that has his confetti on a string so he can pull it back and save it. Has it on a string, pulls it back, and he's going to save it for MacArthur. You know, the parade. The parade was thrilling, and the Coast Guard was well represented, you know. They were.
The Coast Guard was well represented. I was.
Yes, Don. After the Marines came a detachment of spars, and following the spars were the men from the Coast Guard. And after following the spars in that parade for 3 hours, the boys from the Coast Guard were finally given the evening off.
And how did they spend the evening?
How did they spend the evening? Following the spars. And you know something, Don? The boys in the orchestra here were celebrating General Eisenhower's return, too. They visited a local bar known as the Porthole.
A bar? The Porthole?
Yeah.
Gee, I thought a porthole was something on a ship.
Yeah, well, this bar they go to is something like a ship, Don. You ought to see it pitch and toss on Saturday night. Anyway, the boys here in our orchestra were in there drinking toast to all the generals. You should have seen them. Before each toast, they'd raise their glasses and say, "United we stand." After 10 generals, the boys were only united in one thing.
Now, what was that?
None of them could stand. Fine bunch, though. Fellas, you see that trombone player over there? He's not kidding me. That's not a trombone he's blowing through. It's a brass rail he got tangled up in. Anyway, what did you do yesterday, Don?
Well, Eddie, I celebrated Eisenhower Day, too. I went dancing on the Waldorf roof.
Dancing? You, Don? Do you rumba?
Well, no, Eddie. You see, I'm just a little bit old-fashioned.
Yeah?
About the only dance I do is the hesitation waltz.
Yeah.
You know, that's where you waltz and then you hesitate.
Look, Don, Don, the way you're built, if you start to waltz and then suddenly you hesitate, brother, you're doing the rumba. I'll tell you. Wait a minute, I'll get it. Hello? Hannah speaking. Oh, Harry Von Zell calling from Los Angeles. Put him on. Hello, Harry. You what? You just called up to see how we're getting along? Well, Harry, that's very sweet of you to call long distance like this without reversing the charges. You what? You're calling from my house in Beverly Hills? Well, goodbye, Harry. Huh? All right. You want to speak to your son? Well, Don's bringing him over to the phone now. And here he is, little Eddie Cantor. Well, goodbye, Harry. Huh? All right. You want to speak to your son? Well, Don's bringing him over to the phone now. And here he is, little Eddie Cantor Von Zell Jr. Say, baby, say something in the telephone for your daddy. Go on, little Eddie. Speak to your papa, little fella.
Goo.
Isn't that cute? Goo, goo. I wonder what he's trying to tell his father when he says, goo, goo.
Goo. Hello, Daddy. Popeyes took me to the parade to see General Eisenhower. Everybody was waving his handkerchief. Popeyes forgot his. And he was looking around for something to wave. Lucky for me, I stopped him before he had the pin out. General Eisenhower has 5 stars on his shoulder. Gosh, I didn't know he had 5 sons in the service. Well, maybe that's not so funny, but it's a novelty hearing about 5 sons on this program. Popeyes has been going to Coney Island all during the heat wave. You should have seen him in his bathing suit. It ain't just his eyes. He's beginning to pop a little in the middle. But he takes good care of me. When he took me in the subway, he made everyone be careful not to step on me when I crawled under the turnstile. Then he crawled under. We went uptown to the Bronx Zoo. The owl kept hooting at Popeyes, and at first Popeyes didn't know why. And was he mad when he found out it was the owl's mating season? But still, the best fun I had was seeing General Eisenhower. I'm just a little tyke who'd love to say into the mic, I like Ike.
I'm certainly glad, Eddie, that I made this trip to Manhattan Beach. You know, I love the ocean, and I've always wanted to be a lifeguard.
You done?
Yes. When Jack Benny went swimming here last summer, he went out just a little too far, and I had to go to his rescue. It's a good thing I studied life-saving technique.
Why, Don, what did you do?
Well, I swam out, grabbed a hold of Jack's hair with one hand, and with the other hand, I swam back to the shore.
Single-handed, you brought Jack safely back?
No, I swam back with his hair, and 2 other guys got Jack back.
Oh, well. You see, Don Wilson, you're not really qualified to be a lifeguard.
Well, maybe you're right, Eddie, but you will agree, won't you, that I can help millions of people feel better faster?
You mean when you,
Yes. When I remind them that Salapatica will help them feel better when they wake up in the morning feeling sick and headachy due to the need of a laxative. For sparkling Salapatica taken then brings quick, gentle relief, usually within an hour. That means you don't have to risk feeling miserable all day, waiting until night to take a laxative. So take Salapatica the minute you need it. And besides quick, gentle relief, sparkling Salapatica gives you the additional advantage of helping to reduce excess gastric acidity. So tonight or tomorrow, get a bottle of Salapatica, just remembering this caution, use only as directed. Then, whenever you need a laxative, morning, noon, or night, See how much faster you feel better thanks to gentle, speedy Sal Hepatica.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I introduce a former serviceman, a young man who recently got his discharge after serving 18 months in the Navy, Fred Martel. Many requests have come in for Fred to repeat the song he first did on this program, I Had a Little Talk with the Lord. Dusk was falling on the Pacific. All was strangely still. In the silence before the battle, in a foxhole in Bougainville. Faces were tense and waiting, till a boy brought to hope their way, and fearlessly told his story. As they knelt about to pray, I had a little talk with the Lord. I had a little talk with the Lord. There on a battle-weary island, I had a little talk with the Lord. I begged the Lord to send down rain, to give me strength to stand up again. Right there, my heart began to smile, and I had a little talk with the Lord. And the Lord, and the cloud, and the thunder crashed around, and I knew the Lord had left me, for the rain came tumbling down. So have a little talk with the Lord. Have faith and you will share his reward. For I found the strength to fight for mine land when I had a little talk with the Lord. Oh. And welcome to Manhattan Beach on behalf of the men of the Coast Guard.
Eddie, it's a pleasure being here. Ah, so these are the men who watch our coastline.
Well? Yes, Ann, but the lines they're watching right now don't belong to the coast. Look at them, look at them.
Now, Eddie, you shouldn't say things like that. These aren't the kind of boys that stand on a corner and whistle at girls.
They aren't?
No, they stand in the middle of the block and intercept them.
Say, Ann, this afternoon, some of the men asked me some questions about you, like, where were you born, Ann Sheridan?
Well, I was born in Denton, Texas.
Texas? Why, gal, there's only one thing to keep me from being out on the prairie under the moon with my horse strumming a guitar.
What's that?
I can't find a horse that can strum a guitar.
Good old Texas, where I used to spend my summers on a dude ranch.
You done? On a dude ranch?
Wait, Don, I didn't know you were a cowboy.
Well, to tell you the truth, I tried to learn to ride horseback, but every time I got in the saddle, the horse started to laugh. I just can't figure it out.
Well, Don, anyone knows why the horse laughed. You see, right after you got on his back, that short grass started to tickle his stomach. Say, Ann, I've watched your career with interest. I saw you recently in the picture Doughgirls, and before that I saw you in the picture George Washington Slept Here with Jack Benny. How did you enjoy making that picture?
Well, in the Jack Benny picture, I had more of a supporting role.
But, Ann, you're a big star. What do you mean you had a supporting role?
Well, every time I kissed Jack, I had to hold him up.
Well, I guess Jack is a lot different from those men from Texas. Those tall, dark, handsome men like me.
Like you?
Yeah, tell me, Ann, would you call me tall?
No.
Would you call me dark?
No.
Would you call me handsome?
Look, let's put it this way. You, I wouldn't even call.
Well, I still think I might be a type. Tell me, what kind of man do you like?
Oh, I like the type of man that can take me in his arms, hold me close, and with one kiss make me go all to pieces. Is that the type of man you are? Is that the type of man you are, Eddie?
No, but I'd sure like to stick around and put you together. I just say these things to make a living. Say, Ann, I once read that just before you got into pictures, you were at college studying to become a school teacher.
That's right, Eddie.
Well, believe me, Ann, if I were in your class, I would certainly pay attention, especially when you were standing up there erasing the blackboard. But no kidding, Ann, since they have a school here at Manhattan Beach for the men in the Coast Guard, I'd like to show these boys what it would be like if you were one of their teachers.
As the scene opens, we find two young men stationed at Manhattan Beach in the Coast Guard discussing their scholastic activities.
Hey, let's go to school.
Let's not go to school. What do you say we go to the porthole, huh?
But we're supposed to go to school and study chemical warfare.
There's more warfare in the chemicals they got at the porthole.
You know, I think we better go to school.
Okay, I got a good idea. We'll get on a Sheep's Head Bay bus and go to school, huh?
But that bus is so crowded, we won't be able to get on.
You get the idea. Look. Here comes the shore patrol, and we ain't got no passes.
Say, why aren't you guys in school?
My friend's sick, and I'm taking him to the hospital.
Yeah, your friend don't look sick.
Wait till you ask him for his pass.
Oh, so that's the way it is, huh? All right, fella, let me see your pass.
My pass? I left it in my other suit.
You ain't got another suit.
What's the difference? I ain't got no pass either.
Well, you're going along with me.
Now, wait a minute. What do you mean he's going along with you? He's going along with me.
Oh, yeah? And where do you think you're going?
I'm going along with you. How do you like that SP bringing us here to the school? I had a good mind to punch him in the nose.
Why didn't you?
See what a good mind I got? I don't want to spend no time with a teacher. Already I'm so brilliant, my family calls me genius. That's what they call me, genius.
Yeah? And I don't want to spend no time with no teacher either. I'm so intelligent, my family calls me Smarty. That's what they call me, Smarty.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm the teacher. What are your names?
Call me Dopey. Call me stupid.
Look, don't you boys know enough to stand up when a lady enters the room?
No, but we always stand up when a lady leaves the room.
When a lady leaves the room? Why?
So we can follow her. Get it?
I don't know how either of you ever got in the Coast Guard.
Oh, I got in the Coast Guard on account of my flat feet, you know.
What do you mean? What do you mean you got in the Coast Guard on account of your flat feet?
If I didn't have flat feet, you don't think they'd have caught me, do you?
Look, now both of you boys be seated. Class is about to begin. There's one empty seat. One pupil is late. Oh, how I'd love to get my hands on him.
How do you do? It's First Gordon, the Mad Russian.
Russian.
Just call me Raj. Yahoo! I hold some
day.
Russian, why were you late to school?
I am so sorry, teacher. But on the way to school, I happened to meet a woman in the Coast Guard.
Spa?
No, but we clinched a little.
Russian,
Yes?
I'll keep you after school if you don't behave yourself.
It's a deal. Keep me after school and I won't behave myself.
Russian, tell me, what are you doing in school? You've never had any education?
Dad, don't say. Why, when I went to college, I made an offer of $1,000 to join a sorority.
But Russian, only girls belong to a sorority.
Why do you think I offered $1,000?
Russian, the whole thing is ridiculous. For one thing, you never went to college.
Again, I say, Dad, don't say. Night after night, me and my girl sat by the lamp with our books burning the midnight oil.
Did you and your girl enjoy studying?
Not till we ran out of the oil.
Such a fool. Why do you interrupt our schoolroom scene? Ann Sheridan was a teacher.
Ann Sheridan, the teacher?
Yeah.
This is Ann Sheridan?
Yeah.
Then I've got to enroll.
What do you want to study?
Ann Sheridan.
Russian, how do you manage to do so many stupid things in one day?
I take a taxi.
Russian, please don't embarrass me. After all, this is a famous woman, Ann Sheridan. Haven't you ever seen her make love in the movies?
No. Where does she sit?
You sap? She's on the screen. She's an actress.
I know, Camper. Miss Sheridan, you are my wife's favorite star. So it would make me very happy if, as a surprise tonight, you would accept a visitor at your home.
Oh, that's nice, Russian. You're going to bring your wife.
Silly girl.
Say, John.
Yeah?
I understand that you wrote a little something for the spas in the Navy.
Wouldst like to hear me recite it?
Yeah, wouldst, yeah.
Avast, avast.
A vast what, Don?
A vast number of women are using True Shave, the beforehand lotion.
Oh, Navy talk, I get it.
When you hear the cry, man overboard...
Man overboard?
Yes, many a man goes overboard for a girl who uses True Shave, the creamy, fragrant lotion that she can put on her hands before doing dishes or tubbing undies. And the True Shave is so effective, it will help guard hands even in hot, soapy water. Not only that, True Shave is wonderful as a powder base. Grand to help keep legs soft and smooth, particularly in the summer, when the skin has a tendency to dry. So when you hear the command, man your battle stations, women will know that to get their man, they should first get a battle of True Shave.
Battle. A battle. It's a good thing this is our last program, because in the middle of the season it would still be our last program. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Nora Martin. Nora and I would like to sing you a medley of songs that have been on the hit parade this year, many of which we introduced during the season. Nora? Leonard? I never cared much for moonlit skies. I never winked back at fireflies. But now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light. I call my sugar candy. I'm gonna take my candy and make her mine. There's a happy land somewhere, and it's just a that's you, that's you. Nice, 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 that's you, that's you. Fine, 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 that's you, that's you. Good, 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 sweet, sweet, sweet. Fine, 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 yum, yum, yum. Good, 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 that's you, that's you. Evelina, won't you ever take a shine to that moon? Evelina, ain't you bothered by the bobbling too? So what do you know, she smiled at me in my dreams last night. My dreams are getting better all the time. And what do you know, she looked at me in a different light. My dreams are getting better all the time. To think that we were strangers a couple of nights ago. And though it's a dream, I never dreamed she'd say hello. Oh, maybe tonight I'll hold her tight when the pale moon shines. My dreams are getting better all the time. Sweetheart, those dreams, sweet dreams. My dreams are getting better all the time. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you all to listen in next week when the whole gang will be back again. Harry Von Zell, Nora Martin, Fred Martel, Leonard Seuss, and our guest for next week will be Joan Leslie, the Warner Brothers star. And as a special added attraction for your listening pleasure, I won't be on the program. So listen in next Wednesday night when the broadcast originates from Hollywood. I love to spend each Wednesday with you as friend to friend. I'm sorry it's true. I'm telling you. I hope you.
And in the meantime, don't forget the two products that make our Wednesdays together possible. Sal Hepatica for the smile of health and Cruchet, the beforehand lotion. Sal Hepatica, Cruchet.
Good night, Don Wilson. Thank you very much. And good night, Ann Sheridan, and thank you. Good night, everybody. We'll be seeing you in the fall.
There's nothing worse on your disposition than coming home from work with those tired, aching muscles. So have a heart. Think of the people you live with. And help yourself to some fast relief, too, with Minute Rub. Minute Rub, you see, is a modern, quick-acting rub that helps bring speedy relief from those tired, aching muscles. All you do is rub Minute Rub on briskly. In a minute, its counter-irritant and pain-relieving actions help bring soothing, welcome relief. And listen, here at last is a quick-acting rub that's also greaseless and stainless. This appears like vanishing cream, so it won't harm clothes or linens. So anytime you have muscular aches and pains caused by physical overexertion, get quick relief the modern way, the greaseless, stainless Minute Rub way.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.